we finish Always and Forever?
Yeah. We had demo ear.
Oh, that's what you think it was?
No, I'm saying, yeah, we
Let me hear it.
We didn't want to hear it not one another time.
Demo ear is that...
Demo ear is you've heard it so much and it's good that you cannot make sound judgment about the song.
Okay.
So we both agreed that we have demo ear.
All right, let me hear it.
You may be
see if I don't have
operating in another level of...
Listen, brother, there's a professional. There's a spirit of Michael Jackson in the building.
Spirit of...
There is a spirit of the Temptations in the building that allows me to pierce the atmosphere. I remember before being very divided about what I wanted to do musically. I'm a missions major. I got a heart for people, and I always felt that sort of draw to be more local and in people's lives only. I kind of was like shunning my music and my craft, not giving the attention that I think it needed. I was giving other stuff more of my time and my effort. And I didn't really see that God had given me this opportunity to serve. You got to put your seatbelt on, or it's going to beep. Let's go on a trip in our favorite rocket ship. Through the sky. There you go. That's sort of. I remember before, just when I worked on my first album, being so divided. I remember really feeling like, man, what am I doing on Reach Records? I wonder if they made the right decision in even signing me. I remember having a conversation with Lecrae one time. He was telling me that one of his challenges was making decisions and not really thinking them through. And I'm like, oh man, I hope that boy wasn't talking about me. I remember feeling very, very anxious and afraid going into my first album. That maybe I wouldn't be able to pull it off. I was so used to making music in a group with a group of cats. So being this kind of solo artist on this label with these monsters, I remember the first time I got invited to write something with the team was the Man Up Project. Literally, they bought my ticket and said, come up here and make an album. I had never made an album in my life, and now I'm in the room with all these, monsters in music and faith. So I got scared. I remember I went to the booth and pressed play, and I was like, oh, run it back. I got it this time. Ran it back. Nothing came out. All right, this time I got it. Ran it back. Then I finally came out of the booth. I said, I'm not feeling it. I remember folks like, what does that even mean? I'm like, I don't know. It was at that moment where I really went to the end of myself. Like, I wonder if Reach made a mistake in putting me on this label. Or did God make a mistake allowing me to join this label? Where is he in this whole process? And it was in going home from I think from that experience, from that day at the studio, and I flew home to Tampa, that really marked the moment for me where I said, no, I am here, not by accident. Whether it was a mistake on Lecrae's part or not is not the issue. I'm here now. So I'm going to give it every last cent that I have. I'm going to pour out my life for this thing. My thing is I go as deep as I can in my art, in my faith, and I let God handle the width. If he wants to spread that just to the folks across the street or to the ends of the earth, it's his business. But it will not be said that KB didn't give his all. And I think in that confidence, my music shifted, and it took time for that to form. Had to go beyond Weight and Glory, beyond 100. I think it's into Tomorrow We Live, where it's still developing, but it's definitely more solid, where I'm like, I'm here to work, and I'm here to give God my all. So, yeah. my regular talk? You're trying to tell me that if I'm not speaking according to that man, Mr. Webster, then I have illegitimate language?
Yes.
Get out of here, man.
Is it cultural?
It depends where you are. Because if Webster took his behind to Southside St. Pete and used the words that he normally used, we'd be like, what?
That's why we got
What is he saying?
Dictionary, right?
We need ebonics.
The Hood Dictionary?
People look down on it, but it is language. It's communication.
What? Yeah.
All right. I'll try not to do a worser job. All right, let's start over. All the while when I'm getting this passion for missions and theology and hip hop in school, I'm heavily involved in my community in Tampa. Rolling with a clique of dudes called HGA, which is this collection, this alliance of brothers and sisters that want to live their life for the glory of God, His glory alone. And we were in Tampa going in, having Bible studies at my house. Started with 7 people. Over a few weeks, turned into like 50 people busting out of a 2-bedroom apartment and coming around, becoming believers. It was a time where, like, if you came around us, you could not stay the same. There was this contagious fire that we had to see all of Tampa affected by true, genuine representations of young, unchurched, but highly committed Christian men and women. And that's what we were, and we sort of, had this movement across the city. And to this day, that's what keeps me grounded. That's what I do for. This album, Tomorrow We Live, is dedicated to my city in Tampa. I'm committed to see Tampa grow. I'm committed to see Tampa thrive, and that's all come from this love that I have for my community, starting with HGA and now the city at large. Let me talk a little about my father real quick. No, I was very disappointed that the private investigator wasn't able to find my father. That was a big part of this documentary. Was supposedly we wanted to set up this space where I met, at least family from my father's side. But I didn't meet anybody. And that hurts. It hurts. I feel a certain sense of emptiness, because there's this piece that I've been putting off for so long to get resolved, and not getting it resolved was actually a part of my sanity, because I was like, as long as I haven't started looking for him, then there wouldn't be any chance of not finding him. So kind of one of my worst fears, not my worst fear, but a fear of mine came to pass when we did look for my biological father and we didn't find him. And me being more given to this idea of legacy and inheritance and history when it comes to your family ties. I want my son to be proud to be a Burgess. I want him to know the history of the DNA that he has in his body. It was disappointing, but I think it's challenged me and really brought me to this. It's challenged me and it's brought me to the actual heart of my album. The album is about hope, and hope is that which looks towards the future, and that future hope overcomes not just the present realities, but also who I was and things of the past. I felt this tremendous sense of shame when it came to my current last name, Burgess, because I felt like I don't have anything to share about his grandfather and his great-great-grandfather, whoever it may be, that I'm excited about. And I know men who have that. I want to say that I came from a legacy of men who handled their business, and I felt bad about not being able to say that. So I am a man today after God's own heart, starting a family, redeeming the Burgess name, and leading a new generation that I hope echoes on for generations to come. That's hope.
You saved me from myself. You saved me from myself. Save me from myself. Save me from
All in all, my job on this earth, what I do here, is that I bring clarity to people's vision of God. That's what I feel very strong. That's what my purpose is. That's what I want to do in my music. That's what I want to do with these concerts. That's what I want to do in my interviews. That's what I want to do in my family, for my son, for my wife, for my community. To bring clear vision, to clarify, to help unfog your vision of God. Because if you have a clear vision of God, you cannot help but become obsessed with what you see. If you see Him as good, as grand, as wonderful, you have to put your hope in Him. You cannot walk away from such beauty, such glory, such wonderment. A clear vision of God demands that from us. And we see that through faith. So I want people to walk away with their hope, connected to God, tethered to God, because He's good, He's faithful, He's trustworthy, He's beautiful. With all that in mind, you have to be encouraged. And if I can give people a vision of that with what I do, if people can see that through what I do, I'm doing my job. And that's what I want with Tomorrow We Live. That's what I want with anything you see KB do. Vision of God, because that gives us hope.